So obviously the talk this year about Michigan State was obviously Kenneth Walker and their running game, but when you look at their passing game with Thorne and some of their receivers, what kind of stands out about defending them?
Yes, sir. Kenneth Walker was a big part of their offense, and you always want to go against guys like that when playing at in the college level, just to experience the atmosphere, experience the game. But playing versus those receivers, they also have a nice, good set of receivers too. So, seeing that he is gone, we would just want to make sure the defensive backs and the back seven can make sure everything is handled back there, and we'll take care of the run.
Johnny, you're up.
Brandon, specifically on those wideouts and really Jaden Reed, what have you seen on film from him that you guys have to keep an eye out for?
Oh yes, sir. We've seen a lot of speed, and we just want to make sure communication is right in the secondary to avoid any mishaps. And if we accomplish that, when we accomplish that, we'll be in a great position.
All right, we'll go back to Jonathan. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Hey, Brandon, I want to ask you about the importance of getting lined up as a defense. In the defense you guys run, and in your experience, especially during this year, how important is it to get your defense lined up before the snap?
It's very important. It's very important. In practice, when we know teams, when we think teams are going to run a high tempo offense, we get back to the ball faster. We make sure we get home. We make sure Coach Bates harps on that. We make sure we get home, get back to the ball, so we're in our spot to get the play. To like you said, to be there for that place. Because if once all 11 people line up on our defense, it's hard to drive the ball on them. So once everybody is home, gets to play, we're hard to beat. So that's very important in our defense to get lined up, make sure we're reading our keys, and make sure we can execute.
Take the next question from Alan Cole. Go ahead, Alan.
Connor Hayward's a guy Michigan State uses in a lot of different ways on offense, both running game and passing game. What kind of jumps out on the tape about him and how they're trying to stop him?
We just focus on being ready for anything. We on our defense, we just be ready for anything, ready to adjust. We can just adjust as we go. We have a very smart group of 11 guys out there that can adjust on the fly and all be on the same page and be one accord. And also have a great defensive coordinator who can call the right plays when we're in those situations. So just being prepared for anything is the biggest key out there.
Jerry, back to you, please.
Brandon, I asked this question of Kalijah a minute ago, but I'm interested in your thoughts. All season long, the Pitt offense got all the headlines and all the accolades. But I believe the ACC championship game, you guys really stood out and won the game in the second half against Wake Forest. Do you guys maybe, play that game with a little chip on your shoulder to show the nation that, yeah, we have a defense here at Pitt too?
I feel like we played every game with a chip on your shoulder. Like, we just go in, just ready to work, ready to battle, ready to play. We had a great offense that led us this year, with also followed by a great defense. So once you put those two things together and those mesh well, we'll have a great successful season as we did. So just always, as a defense though, you just wanna go in, play with a chip on your shoulder, and always may not have got the recognition that we deserve this year, but we're still gonna come out every game, play the exact same way.
Back to Jim. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, Brandon, it's kind of following up on that question about the, maybe not getting respect, but talking to you, Kalijah, Haba, and Servassier, none of you guys were 4 or 5-star recruits. So what's the belief system whenever you get to Pitt as, maybe a lightly recruited guy, and the belief that you're going to be a good player eventually someday?
Yes, sir. I feel like it's just the work ethic from all those guys you just mentioned. We've worked countless hours, countless nights in the gym, on the field, in the film room. Everything comes into play when you're out there. So just the work ethic from everybody on the defense is just, I feel like that's what helped us to have a successful season this year. It's just everybody's ready to work. We're all on the same page, and it happened well.
All right, time for one or two more for Brandon. Anybody have a follow-up question for Brandon, please? All right, Jerry.
Brandon, the Miami game was a long time ago, and it seems like forever. You guys haven't lost since then. And I was wondering if the 2 games you guys lost this year fueled you guys and showed you guys some things you needed to shore up. And would you have been as successful maybe without those games?
I feel like those that Miami getting hurt. That one hurt. But I feel like those 2 games we've learned a lot about ourselves and ourselves as a team and how we responded. Like you said, we haven't lost since Miami, so how we responded after that, that really says a lot about the University of Pittsburgh and their football team. So we just always just focus on the next week. And once we began to do that, it just built our success. It fueled our success, and I feel like Pittsburgh is going to be a great university that people will always remember.
All right, we're going to take 2 more. We'll go next to Jonathan.
Hey, Brandon, you talk about the chip on the shoulder. How much of that starts at the top with Coach Narduzzi, with the intensity he brings, and with the culture he's trying to build there at Pitt?
It means a lot because look, he always harps on a Pitt tough defense. Pitt tough defense. 11 guys flying to the ball. It should when one person got the ball, 11 helmets should hit them. So we always racing to the ball. I mean, Sebastian, we throughout the season we've had like this little race of who's going to get the most tackles, or who's going to get the ball. Obviously he beat me this year, but I still got some more years left in me. But yeah, just it comes from Narduzzi. As a great coach, he's electric out there in the field in practice. He gets everybody fired up. He makes everybody gets everybody wanting to play, get in that mode to go out there and be the Pitt tough defense that we are.
All right, last question is Johnny. Go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah, Brandon, as a fellow Florida guy, what did Damari mean to you in your development, and how much will you guys miss him in the back end there?
He meant a lot. Me and Damar actually both from Central Florida, and I didn't know that till I came up here. So we always been like, he always been close to my heart in that way. As a big brother to me, I looked at him, and just him leaving, it's like, for me, it's a big hole. But we have guys that are more than ready to step up to the plate, and to be that complete defense that we always are. But he's played a big role in helping guys. Just helping them throughout the year, through practice and games, giving us tips and things like that to help us with our craft. And I feel like he's also a big part of the success in the secondary this year, and I appreciate him for that.